when my dad was painting all these murals, they would often have quotes on them. And the city of Springfield would come and paint over the quotes, just like white paint. Maybe they felt it was disruptive or inspiring, and they didn't want that.
I feel like a kid in a candy store.
The African commune of bad, relevant artists.
Yes. Got a young Napoleon there. You got a young Nelson.
Many artists did not want to necessarily be a part of a group. And that's just the general kind of pseudo-Western context of every artist is an individual and so forth and so on.
Speak on, brother. I know.
We saw that our individuality was stronger by our collective being.
Welcome to this space and to this amazing project that has been a long time in coming. Napoleon's going to give a presentation about AfriCOBRA.
We were having the discussions around how we as creative individuals in our different disciplines could be supportive of the civil rights, Pan-Africanist, and Black nationalist movements. The Wall of Respect presented to the general public creations by visual image makers.
Nelson told me the mural movement was like creating stained glass windows for our community. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? He said, well, yeah, we think about a sacred place, and our people are going to need some places that are sacred.
And between 1974 and 1977, Nelson spearheads this mural initiative where he is bringing his students in and they execute 30 murals in Springfield. They were essentially destroyed or painted over or no longer in existence. When we were putting the exhibition together, I came across a video that one of his students made in 2002. He had taken them to Harlem, to the Studio Museum, to the Romeo Bearden Foundation, and then at the end it showed them painting a mural in the Malcolm X Cultural Center at UMass. And the way that the students were talking about him as someone who was accessible to them.
He doesn't condescend and he doesn't talk down. He's kind of like a 21-year-old stuck in a professor's body.
He really wants to get to know his students better on a personal level, you know what I mean?
Every student that I see, I make a personal contact with. There's a lot of love and love.
That was really important to include in the larger narrative of his life because he was about that.
In the spirit of Nelson being a teacher and a mentor for so many artists, do you have any advice to all of us here who are learning and growing as artists?
Yeah. Do the work. And that work doesn't necessarily mean putting a mark on a surface. It means the intellectual, the spiritual, and the community work.
We're totally culturally committed. 90.7 WTCC, WTCCFM.org.
Welcome to Bid and Boarding Jazz. This is Dale Parker, and we're just going to be playing some standards back to back to back. Okay, turn it down. Well, I know that Nelson painted usually in the middle of the night with jazz blasting. The music was in his painting. and there were many musicians that he painted.
We call in AfriCOBRA what we're doing is making visual music. And this is visual music, because you can hear all the sounds.
In 1973, with just 2 students, Nelson commenced his vision. And I started and painted with this wonderful yet very private, humble giant. And for 3 of the most important years of my life, we lived in painted murals.
Ready? From 3 to 5 on Saturday, July 13th at Springfield's Jazz and Roots Festival, Commonwealth Murals will be hosting a paint party in Tower Square Park, where community can help paint the old, the young, the beautiful, a recreation of a Nelson Stevens mural. This is a free event and all are welcome, no experience necessary.
The tribute to Black women that's on view now at 38 Catherine Street in Springfield has a quote by Marie Evans. "I'm a Black woman, tall as a cypress, strong beyond all definition, still defying time and place and circumstance, assailed, impervious, indestructible. Look on me and be renewed." The year before my dad died, the city of Springfield came together and issued a public apology in front of the community to my dad for defacing his artwork.
The least we can do is to leave our communities more beautiful than we found them. We have decided to do more. Some call them murals, others large paintings, but all know them as force fields activated in the service of our liberation. Nelson Stevens.
I am honored just to say that I've known him, that he still lives in my heart, and I will always sing his praise.
As Britt explains, without Tracy's guidance, friendship, encouragement, straight talk, and advocacy, Commonwealth Murals would not have been able to do as much as we have, nor as well as we have.
Power to the people. He, along with so many other artists of color, never get the recognition that they deserve during their lifetime. But Nelson, baby, I want to tell you, you're on it now.
The African commune of bad, relevant artists. And as I always say, the most important word in our name is relevant. And relevant doesn't mean popular. It doesn't mean celebrity. It doesn't mean famous. It means down to earth.
Three, 2, 1.